His only audience in those days? Herds of grazing cows. But what's more amazing is that he wound up in Hollywood and became a heartthrob.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Bruce Boxleitner has that magical, charismatic appeal for fans of all ages. Acting was his lifelong dream, and the former farm boy never forgot his own big heroes of the screen. While on that dairy farm in America's heartland, his sights were always set on riding off with one special kind of movie.
I wanted to come out to Hollywood to be a cowboy star, change my name to Buck Jones.
Bruce had that same clean-cut, all-American image. Born in Elgin, Illinois in 1950, his home life was as American as Mum's apple pie.
I came from a very, very happy Midwestern family, so I grew up a lot of summers in a small town and in the farm. And it was very much a Tom Sawyer type of existence.
Even the dazzle of big city lights didn't produce any dramatic changes in young Bruce. At first, that is.
We moved in closer to Chicago when I was about 10 years old. So, and I went to, it was a very average all-American kid growing up, going to high school, going to the dances, getting a car. The one thing that did happen for me, though, is I discovered the drama.
The stage was set. Bruce joined his high school theater club and worked as close to the silver screen as he could.
I remember I was an usher in the movie theater, a little movie theater, the Prospect Theater, and the janitor and everything else. But I remember every night working, sitting there in the back, watching the movies, just dreaming away, knowing all the dialogue in the movie.
Time and time again, Bruce carefully studied the stride and style of John Wayne, and even learned the twinkle-in-the-eye trademarks of Lady Killer Clark Gable. But while his theater work was going from strength to strength, his grades at school were sinking fast. Part-time jobs, school plays, and local theater work weren't the only things taking up his time.
We were, you know, drinking beer and smoking cigarettes out in the after-school hours. They're really harmless stuff, but we had we'd party all night long, dance. I remember the night of my high school graduation. I didn't graduate with the rest of them. I felt, you know, horrible. I had a mix-up with a teacher, and it's a long story, but nevertheless, it held me back a half credit, and they didn't let me graduate. It burned right into my brain, you know. I'm going to be good at something, and I'm going to show them.
Bruce decided to try his luck on the nearby Chicago stages. The Windy City was true to its name, and so with an eye on the big time, he blew off to New York and then Los Angeles. He played several small parts in hit shows. Then in 1979, a part he'd been gunning for all his life. Bruce landed the role of Luke in a Western TV series with the same name as the movie he'd watched so often that starred his idol, John Wayne. Bruce's career really began to hit its stride when he co-starred with Linda Evans and Kenny Rogers in yet another tale of the West. Steering clear of too many cowboy roles, he then appeared with James Coburn in a yarn about two hustlers. He even took an out-of-this-world role playing a man whose friend was trapped inside a video game.
This is the after-lunch touch-up. I spilled my lunch all over my chin.
Success in the movies, then on television as the star of Scarecrow and Mrs. King, proved that Bruce Boxleitner is more than just another pretty face. Estee Lauder agrees. That's why company president Leonard Lauder named Bruce spokesman and model for their Lauder men's line. They felt his unique combination of looks and talent made him the only man for the job.
Bruce is the personification of the great success story and the personification of the person we want to be the Lord of a man.
In 1985, he was named by the National Man Watchers Association as one of the most watchable men in America.
The title that did it for me was when he was named one of TV's top hunks.
And how does the modern Midwestern cowpoke handle all that big-time attention?
The hunk stuff and the most watchable. Hey, it's great. I just take it as it comes and say thank you. Smile and ride into the sunset, you know.
Great. But that's just